Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here with the Ride or Die tag, which, due to lack of sleep when I wrote this, look how I spelled it. Really? I'm a college graduate. I should know how to spell ride. I had to show that. Yeah, no filter here, folks, even though sometimes I should. Anyways, I was tagged by Little Miss Artsier Hannah to do this. And I will try to tag some people down below, but I think everybody's been tagged already. I'm late in the game doing this one. For those of you that don't know, Jaclyn Hill created this tag. Some people have added some stuff along the way, stuff that she left off, and there's a couple of things on here that I don't have an answer for that she had. So I'll get to those when I get to them. I have like 20 things on here just because of adding things and taking off things and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, first off, face primer. I have the Becca Evermatte on here, but that really only works with BB creams for me, not straight foundations. It's too thick, honestly. For foundations, I don't really have a perfect one right now. The closest thing I have is the Rimmel Stay Matte, which I don't have. I have to insert pictures of stuff I don't have, which is actually a lot because I finished off a lot of this stuff. But that's the closest that I have right now of what I would call my holy grail ride or die primer for foundation, which, by the way, where did that come from? Ride or die? Is that like a motorcycle thing? I don't know. But Becca Evermatte is my ride or die for like BB creams and lighter things like that. I need to purchase a full size of that because that is the only thing that holds BB creams to my face as far as I know of. For foundations, I'm still kind of trying to figure it out, but so far it has been the Rimmel Stay Matte. Foundation, that was an easy one. It is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I love that foundation. It's a good match for my skin. I wear 112, I think? 110 or 112, I don't remember anymore. I don't have it. I finished it off earlier this year. I really want it back because none of my other ones quite compare to how that holds up and looks on my face. So, well, a couple of high-end ones do, but I don't know if I would necessarily call them ride or die yet. So, like, those I have to wear longer to see how they work out along the road. Like, maybe the Clinique Conceal and Perfect one, that might be if I purchase it and buy a full size. I also really like the Estee Lauder Double Wear, which I'm failing at this tag, trying to pick one each. Whatever, but the Estee Lauder Double Wear is a really, really good one if you can find your shade match, which I believe they have a pretty wide range of shades. Plus, I know they do like cool and warm and neutral tones. So, for oily skin, yeah, Maybelline Fit Me worked really well for me, and I really like the Estee Lauder. But it kind of freaked me out the first time I put it on because it is very full coverage, and I don't normally wear that. But it's very light feeling for something that's full coverage. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, finally, something that I actually have, concealer. This is the e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer. As you can see, I've already used up quite a bit of this one. I have used up one of these in the past and bought another one. And this is a doe foot applicator, in case you don't know. Mine is in the shade Fair. They don't have a great shade range in this. e.l.f. really does not have a great shade range, honestly, but this is a good color match for me, and it works both under my eyes and blemishes. If I was just going with eyes, I would have picked the NYX HD because it's nice and brightening under my eyes. This just conceals, but I decided to just pick one that if I just bought one concealer, this would be it. Which I've done these kind of tags in the past. These, what would you do if all your makeup collection disappeared? By the way, I've had that. It sucks. My house burned down like 3 years ago. I'm definitely not over it. I have extreme anxiety from it, but it's a thing. It happened, whatever. Moving on. Anyways, face powder. If you guys have followed me, you know my favorite face powder is the Wet n Wild Coverall face powder. The shade range sucks, but they do cater pretty well towards light skin, fair skin like mine. So, and I do think that really works well for oily skin, at least it does for mine, so that is what I prefer. It's really cheap, it's not tested on animals, which is always good to find, and it works. So I see no reason to purchase anything else, even though I occasionally still do for some reason. Next is an under eye setting powder. I actually picked the e.l.f. HD eye setting powder. I don't know exactly what it's called off the top of my head. I did really like this. It has the slightest bit of shimmer in it, but it really just brightens rather than showing big chunks of glitter on your face. And that little tiny thing lasted me like 6 months from start to finish because I had barely used it before I decided I was going to use it up. So yeah, $3 for 6 months of use. I call that a good investment. So yeah. Blush, something that I actually have. I did pick a powder and a cream blush. This is because I do wear both, so that blush does not fade off of my face in 2 hours. And I picked the Physicians Formula Nude Wear Blush in Natural. I did hit a little bit of pan on that for a previous project pan, but this was actually really easy for me to pan. I only kind of got sick of it at the end just because I have other blushes that I wanted to use. But I could easily wear this every day. It goes with everything. So if I was just gonna have one powder blush, it would be that. And one cream blush, I had the NYX cream blush in Boho Chic. And that is it right there. I wouldn't even try and hit pan on this. I just use it enough to where I did. But yeah. I mean, that's something that would go with basically almost any kind of blush. So I have blushes that I have both powder and cream blushes that I really, really love. But if I was just gonna have one, or if I needed to purchase one in a hurry after losing my makeup collection again, these are the first two that I would go for. And I tried to make sure to pick all things that were still available because I had to nix a couple of things because they're not available. And one thing that I did pick is currently on sale, and I think they're discontinuing it. And damn you, Urban Decay, I hate you for that. Whatever, anyways. Next is bronzer, and I did pick a bronzer and a contour because some people were picking different ones, so I picked 2 different ones. For the bronzer, I picked the Benefit Hoola. I don't love the contour with this. That's one reason why I have a different one. I can, and it looks fine, but I like something a little bit cooler and more like a shadow for a contour. If you haven't seen it, this is Benefit Hoola. I'm trying to hit pan on it. I don't think I ever will, but yeah. It's pretty good for fair skin tones, and people with more light to medium skin tones can use it as well. I would never call it universal, but it is fairly, a lot of people can use it. And the other one I have for contour, god dang it, it's breaking again. So one thing I don't like about this is the NYX HD blush in taupe. Going to try and show you this without losing all my crumbles. I would never order this online because when I ordered this online, it came to me broken. And I've heard a lot of people complain that these HD blushes are just really soft. So they tend to break really easily. And this is like the 3rd time this is broken on me since it arrived broken. So, but this does make a really, it's everywhere. It's everywhere! Despite its flaws, this does make a really good contour for fair skin tones. I do have to buff it out a little extra because I am so pale, but it works and I love it despite its one gigantic irritating flaw. Anyways, highlights. I did grab it, good. It's Physicians Formula again. Physicians Formula is one of those brands that I really do love. This is an unholy long name. Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls in Translucent Pearl. I think they have a more pinky toned one as well, but this is just the one I use. Once again, pan. I had no problem using this until I hit pan because personally I like a slightly more natural highlight because even though I repowdered and blotted before I came on here, I am already getting oily again. Because I don't have my Ride or Die primer right now. I'm actually using up a really crappy primer because I'm trying to get rid of it. But whatever, anyways. But I will produce a much more prominent glow naturally. So when I highlight, I like to use something at least a little bit more natural. The one I'm trying to hit pan on right now is not very natural, although it is very pretty and I don't hate it in any way, shape, or form. If I was gonna have one, it would be this. Because I am both fair and incredibly oily, highlighters are not a huge thing to me. I do like to have one, and a couple even, but I'm not terribly picky. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, mascara. Mascara was one I could not pick for. There were two mascaras that I used up this year that I really liked, but I don't know if I would call them my ride or die. They were the Stila Huge Mascara in the gold tube and the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. I have really liked both of those. Honestly, they're both really similar. That's why I like them both. But I don't know if I want to pay $20+ for a tube of mascara that I have to throw away 3 months after I open it, because I cannot play that game of using mascara longer than 3 months because I have sensitive, irritated eyes and I wear contacts. So I just can't do that. Anyways, yeah, so I don't really have a particular mascara, but those are the closest ones to my ride or die. I just can't quite pull the bullet and necessarily buy them, so I guess they're not really my ride or die. I just realized I left something off of here. It is something I don't have, so I can just go ahead and tell it to you. Eyeliner, my ride or die is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. It's the one with the little brush tip. I love that thing. I do have a backup somewhere in my stash of a mini, but I used up my full-size one. And I'm getting another mini in this month's Play by Sephora box. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to hold on to that. Not because it is not my ride or die, because it is. It's just I don't need to have so many backups when I'm trying to go through other ones currently. You know how that is. I don't want it to just sit there and dry up in my collection. But that is an amazing black liner, and I do recommend it. And it's only like 16 to 18 bucks, which is expensive for an eyeliner, but my full-size one lasted me a year. So, and it wasn't even necessarily dead when I threw it out. I was just realizing, okay, I have been using this on my eye constantly for a year. It is probably time to throw it out. Because that cannot be great for my eyeballs. Whatever. Anyways, next on the list is lipstick. That's another thing. I just couldn't pick one. I wasn't even going to try to pretend. I was like, oh, this is the only lipstick I would ever need. The closest thing that I would have to that is MAC's Plumful. I will insert a picture real quick, even though I do still have this. But even that's not the only lipstick that I want. So I wasn't even going to try to pretend and play that game. Liquid lipsticks. I picked a brand for this. I didn't pick one particular one. If I could show you the particular one I would pick if I had to pick one. I picked the Kat Von D's liquid lipsticks. I only have them in minis, but I have two. I do have Lolita. You know, it's the ubiquitous one that everybody knows. And I have what I would pick for my liquid lipstick if I had to strictly pick one in the shade Outlaw. It's just really pretty red right here. I do love reds. I'm not wearing it right now, but because I'm trying to finish off some other stuff. But, you know, I do love me a good red. Let's see. Gloss. This was one that I could not pick one, but I could pick two, so I did fill it out. And they are two brands, but whatever. Anyway, for drugstore, I have the NYX Butter Glosses. I have 3. One is in Cherry Pie. One is in Meringue. And one is in Apple Strudel. And I just finished another Apple Strudel. This was my backup. So, yay. And the other ones are the Buxom lip glosses. I have 3. Let's see. I have 2 of the ones without shimmer, full on lip creams in White Russian and Chloe. And I have 2 of what I believe are called the polishes. Those are the ones with the glitter in them. Yep. In Sophia and Chloe. And I thought I had a Dolly around here somewhere. I don't know, I must have forgot to grab it. But I do also have one in Dolly and I just forgot to grab it. And I also have one in Trixie. That is the one I am wearing on top of a lipstick right now, but it's over with my everyday makeup and it is basically done, so you wouldn't be able to see much anyway. But honestly, I like the variety of having one that has that tingling, plumping lip sensation, which I do like, and then ones that don't for the days that I'm not in the mood for that. So that is why I have variety. Next are lashes. I do not wear lashes. I have pretty good natural lashes on my own, so I don't feel the need to wear lashes. And quite frankly, I hate how they feel on my eyes. So, yeah. Okay, I have eyeshadow palette and a single, and I have 2 eyeshadow palettes, and you're gonna see why. I have the Urban Decay Electric palette, which I think they're discontinuing because it's on sale for like half off right now, and that kills me! This is what it looks like. I don't know how well you could tell, but I do have a little bit of Pan and Freak right there. It's that bright green. And the other one I picked out is Physicians Formula, again, in Canyon Classics. Let me take this little sponge tip thingy out here. This does come with the cream, but I finished it off. It comes with two kind of matte browns and this gray that I think I'm actually going to cut out of here at the end of this video so that I don't have to look at it anymore because I'm never going to use it. But I do like it for the white cream and the two browns that are good transition shades. So I put these together and I have full looks that, yeah, I'm doing good with. And I did have a single eyeshadow as well. I am wearing this today. It is the NYX Prismatic Shadow in Mermaid. And it's almost done, you guys. I'm so sad. Because I would have to immediately go buy another one. I love this shade so much. I'm trying to finish it off right now for Project Pan purposes, but I freaking love this shade. I'm not finishing it off because I don't like it. I'm finishing it off because it is almost done. But yeah, I don't have any other shades like this in my collection somehow. I think that's because that's how unique a shade it is. Whew. So setting spray, my personal favorite is the Hard Candy setting spray. I'll insert a picture here. It does keep me nice and matte all day, so, and it keeps my makeup in place, so that's why I really like it. If I can't get to a Walmart, but I can get to either a Target or a CVS instead, you know, just depending on where I am in the world, I would totally take the NYX matte finish setting spray. I would totally take that one. It's still really, really good. I just prefer the Hard Candy one a little bit more, and the Hard Candy one's about $2 cheaper. Let's see. Eyeshadow primer. Total Ride or Die is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. It's the matte kind of, what's it called? Matte kind of yellowy one. I thought about picking out like, oh god, it needs to be mixed up more. That is one thing about it. Once it starts getting old, you have to mix it up before you use it. Certainly not gonna throw it out or anything like that. It's still good. You just have to give it a little bit of a mixing. Anyways, yeah. I thought about picking out an eyeshadow base, but I realized I don't just have one. The closest thing I have, if I was going to have just one, is the Jordana 12-Hour Made to Last eyeshadow pencil. Sorry. The Jordana 12-Hour Made to Last eyeshadow pencil in Eternal White, but I don't have that right now, so it doesn't matter. For brows, I don't necessarily have an eyebrow pencil. The closest one I have is the Cella eyebrow pencil in Tempting Taupe, I think it's called. That has been my favorite so far, but I have to order that online, and I hate ordering just like one thing online. I despise it because you have to pay shipping for one thing, and it's also like $16. So I have not totally found my Ride or Die pencil. Brow gel, on the other hand, I've totally found. It's the NYX Control Freak. This is good stuff. It holds my wild grandpa brows in place, so no complaints there. I would purchase it again and again. And finally, I did have a perfume. This is my favorite perfume. It is the Lady Gaga Fame perfume. It's the one with the black fluid. I got a sample of this from a Walmart box, actually. It smells so good. Yes! It's that right amount of deep scent, but it's not like, ugh, nasty deep scent. Love it. I got mine at TJ Maxx for 10 bucks. So if you have a TJ Maxx near you, go check it for perfumes. Anyways, whew, that is it. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it. Like I said, I will try to find some people to tag down below, but I think everybody has already been tagged for this and has already done it. But thank you for tuning in. As always, I really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!